Hello, I just got back from the pet store and bought crickets for my geckos, and I decided to make a little video about my geckos. The tank is a little dirty, but there is our Tokay gecko, named Tokay, and Tokay geckos are the biggest breed of gecko, and they're also known as being the most ferocious. And there are some people who have trained their geckos so they can pet them and things. We don't really play with Tokay here because we first did start kind of trying to train him to be tame, but we just got kind of, I guess, busy and stopped trying to pet him as much, and so now we usually just, talk to him and look at him through the tank. But we've had him for a really long time. We've had him for at least 7 years, so he's quite old. Tokay geckos are supposed to live like 7 to 15 years, although some people say they have had them live up to 20, but that's really old for a Tokay gecko. Since he's so old, he probably, I'm guessing, would be more tame than usual, and he doesn't really get scared when we put our fingers by the glass usually, so I don't think he would bite me now if I tried to pet him or something, but I'm not going to try to demonstrate that right now because I have been bitten by him before. The first day that we got him, actually, when we were trying to kind of train him, I was holding him, and it was working pretty well for a while, but then he kind of jumped out of my hand, and it was in a bedroom at the time, and he went into the closet, but we couldn't find him for a while, and it was really scary because it was our first day with him, and I felt really bad because I guess technically he's my husband's gecko, but I call him mine now too. But I felt bad because I lost my husband's gecko. At the time he was just my boyfriend. So then finally we found him in the closet, and I just kind of grabbed him to try to put him in the tank, which, you're not supposed to make sudden movements around reptiles, but Tokay geckos are really, really fast, so I just wanted to make sure I got him back in the tank, and he flipped his head around and bit me on the hand, and they have really sharp teeth. It didn't actually hurt that much because the teeth are so sharp, but it really bled a lot. So that was my biting experience with the Tokay gecko. These are the poor little crickets that are about to be eaten. He usually gets really excited when he hears the crickets jumping around in the bag. He's not really getting excited right now, though. Oh well, okay, here we go. Okay, he started to move around a little bit. I think he's a little more excited now. There's one little cricket on top of the cage. They like to escape. He definitely knows feeding time is here. When we first bought Tokay, he actually did not have the end of his tail, So I don't know what his life was before we got him, but it must have been kind of rough because he was missing part of his tail. But it's grown back now. Nice, long, healthy tail. Okay, and we do have another gecko. This is a leopard gecko, which in contrast to the toke gecko is known to be very tame. So if you want a gecko you can hold and play with and stuff, this is the kind of gecko to get. And they're really pretty. They're called leopard geckos obviously because of their spots. And we have named him Pochi, which is like Americans for dogs have, you know, the name Spot, and Japanese people have the name Pochi for their dogs, which we thought was kind of cute because Spot, he has spots, but we wanted to make it a cute little Japanese name, so we named him Pochi. We haven't had Pochi for very long. We got him probably about 3 months ago, something like that. Mike's brother had had him for, I think, 5 or 6 years, and he decided he didn't want him anymore, so we are taking care of him now. I'm gonna see if I can get him to come all the way out of his tube so I can hold him. Come on, Poochie. Come on and play. He's licking my finger. He's camera shy. That must be it. Okay, there. There he is. He is so cute. Leopard geckos have fat little tails. You can see through their heads. Ah. Look how cute you are. He's definitely not as big as Toke, but he's one of the biggest leopard geckos that I've seen. I guess I've just usually seen babies. But he's quite big. He's quite fat right now because we just fed him mealworms not too long ago, so I didn't give him all the crickets that I could have. Say goodbye, Pochi. Bye-bye.